anyone that says it's easier on the treadmill than it is out on the road, full of shit.
Welcome, this is episode 1 of my first ever YouTube. I finally took the plunge. 6 years ago I had a stroke, so this is a comeback, so to speak. I've been running for around 17 years now. Today is Sunday. I've got a long run later, which we're actually going to do on a treadmill. We've got hour and 40-minute tempo run on the treadmill. And this is just going to document my journey from having a stroke 6 years ago, leading all the way up to London Marathon in April 2026, where the goal is to go sub 3. But before that, in 5 weeks' time, we've got Battersea Half Marathon, where the goal is around 126. Yeah, long run later, looking after the kids. So we're going to go out to the park, have some lunch. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the journey. It's out for a cheeky little walk at Brighton Pools. Didn't take long to get lumbered with the pushchair, did it? That's dad life for you. Oh, you're gonna go up. It's a bold move. Our expert, your navigator, sir. Making the kids their dinner really, and then hopefully get them down to bed around 6:30, 7, and then it's into the garage for my long run. Furthest I've ever run on a treadmill. Testing out my marathon day. Half marathon day, shoes today, which will be the first time I've ever worn a carbon plated shoe. I'm going for the Adidas Adizero Pro 4. So here we are in my humble abode. Got the old treadmill ready, little dumbbell up there we're not going to be using today. So the session today, 30 minutes easy. 40 minutes at tempo, a pace you can hold for around an hour and a half. So around half marathon effort for me. And then it'll be 30 minutes easy again. We're going to do 40 minutes. We're going to do 30 minutes in the Adidas Adizero Evo SR. And then we're going to do 40 minutes in the Adidas Evo Pro 4s. First time ever wearing a carbon shoe. Got the old carbon rods there. So yeah, we're just going to do 40 minutes in these today to break them in. And then it'll be 30 minutes easy back into the Evo SRs.
So we're going to do 30 minutes easy. We've got 2 gels. We've got 30 grams of carbs here, 30 grams of carbs here, so 60 grams of carbs with gels. And we've got 30 grams of carbs here with 500 grams of sodium. With an hour of this run being at an easy pace, fueling strategy is a little bit different to what it will be in the half marathon or the marathon. We'll take on more carbs then obviously, but for now, this is plenty. We'll take one after 30 minutes, we'll take another after 30 minutes, which will leave us 40 minutes left, and we've got the drink too, so should be fine. I've done 30 minutes easy. Harder on a treadmill than what I thought it would be, I won't lie. I wouldn't usually typically stop either if I was out on the road, but as explained earlier, we're going to swap the Evos and we're going to break in the Pro 4s now on the tempo. We've got 40 minutes tempo. I think 40 minutes. If we get any hot spots or they rub in that time or no, well, we're going to get this gel down us and then we're going to get back on. We're done. 40 minutes tempo done. Anyone that says it's easier on the treadmill than it is out on the road, full of shit. I know I was struggling my tits off. I had to dial the pace down a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, now we've got 30 minutes easy.
Side of the garage that you can't see. Absolute bomb site. I'm not sorry about it. However, that is the first ever tempo session done on the treadmill. There's going to be plenty of miles put through this through the winter. That's Monday morning. We're at work. Haven't run yet. We'll have a little run later before taking my daughter swimming. But yeah, better get started for the day. That's such a big jump, dude. That's such a big jump. So we're just off to the barber's to get my boy's haircut. We won't be taking my daughter swimming tonight. My partner's going to do it. Little man needs his haircut because he's having some pictures taken at nursery tomorrow. Yes, my boy. Whoa, big jump. So I'll be on the treadmill in the garage again tonight when the little man goes to bed, and then we'll get a strength session in as well. So that frees up a complete rest day for tomorrow. So we're back in the trusty garage. We've got 65 minutes easy. We're way behind schedule.
Just an easy run. Heart rate's at around 133. I'm still sweating buckets. I don't know if this is just a treadmill thing, but I'll be honest, I don't often run on treadmill. Maybe this is normal, but I'm literally sweating buckets. Watching a bit of Dan Jones on the old YouTube. Quality content. As today is actually an easy day, 65 minutes easy. I usually finish this session with strides. I've got the Supergrass 2s on, so they're more than adequate for slides. We're going to wang the incline up to 5. No higher than that, don't need to be any higher than 5, 6 really. We're just going to go for 8 seconds. Go. There's nothing strenuous, I'm barely even getting the heart rate up. 133. Neurological. Rather than physical, not out of breath. Our brain is teaching our body to run efficiently. It'll improve pace, it'll improve running economy, it'll improve everything, but mainly form. And you learn to use your glutes. Go again. There we go. 10 seconds. Again, we're perpendicular to the ground, swinging our arms, we're not leaning forward, just pop, pop, pop off the floor. There we go, 65 minutes easy. We did about 12 hill sprints of 8 to 10 seconds. There was around 1.5 to 2 minutes in between reps, so it's really, really light work. Like, heart rate didn't get above 130, you let it come right down. You let your ATP, your creatine phosphate, you let that replenish. It takes anywhere between 1.5 minutes and 2.5 minutes. And then you go again, just 8 seconds to 10 seconds each time.
Just got to work, kids have been dropped off at school. I had a lovely sleep last night, you know. I think I got a solid 8 hours. Yeah, I'm a HGV mechanic, so a little bit more about me. It's Tuesday, there's not much going on today. The reason I started this YouTube basically is just to cover my story a little bit more. Instagram, like YouTube, you can allow things to breathe a little bit more. You can talk more without people getting zoned out. On Instagram, you've got about 3 seconds to captivate your audience. Otherwise, you're a worthless piece of shit. So yeah, I just feel like this is the better platform to share my story. 8 years ago now, I don't know if I should admit this on YouTube or whether it's even allowed. 8 years ago, I tried, in fact 9 years ago, sorry. It was 9 years ago now, I tried to end my own life. I was going through a really bad patch, and then a couple of months after that, I found my partner, who I'm with now. And then a year later, we had a beautiful baby girl. So daughter saved my life, as well as my partner, of course. And then 6 years ago, I had a stroke, which basically ended my running, career. I've never been a professional runner or anything like that. And then from having a stroke, I managed to get back into running, but I just had so many imbalances. I ended up causing more damage than good, and I was told that I need a hip replacement. I've got hip dysplasia, it turns out, but I'd caused quite a lot of damage to my hips by running with imbalances. Instead of having surgery like I was supposed to, I just cracked on with the strength training and got my hips in a place where I could run again, and now I'm back. It took me about 4 years to completely get back. We're documenting my journey from stroke to a sub-3 marathon in April 2026. I'm going to be running the London Marathon for the Children's Society. So yeah, that's my story. It's Tuesday. Let's crack on. Wednesday morning, and I'm not going to lie, I'm so unprepared. This has been the worst first episode of anyone's YouTube ever. Hopefully you appreciate that everyone has to start somewhere, and I'm doing it regardless. I've made a special effort to get all my kit ready because I've got a track session straight after work at around 5, half 5. It's a big one as well. However, I've left all my gels at home, so I'm going to have to go home after work and grab them anyway very quickly and then shoot over to the track. I've just had to go into the BP garage and take out a small loan for my lunch at work today. Again, my fault, because I haven't sorted any lunch for work. Right, we are just off to the track. We've just finished work. We're off to the track now. Should get there around 5:30, 5:45. Got a mate joining with me tonight and a client of mine. And we've got a big session, hour and 32 minutes on the track. I suppose it's better than doing it on the treadmill. It's not typically a session you would do on the track, but I wanted to make sure I get a good quality session in with Battersea Park being in just 4 weeks time. Yeah, so we've got 20 minutes easy, 20 minutes tempo, 3 minutes easy, and then we've got 4 by 5 minutes at around 10k pace with 3 minutes in between, and then it's 20 minutes easy again, and that's job done. So the plan was to film some bits using the drone. However, it shot off up in the sky on me, didn't come back down until it was low on battery, so that's out the window. So we're here with our Jackie boy, number one client. A big session today, hour 35 on the track. It's Thursday, it feels like I haven't filmed much today, and then yesterday it ended a bit abruptly, but yesterday's session was a great one, Wednesday night session. We're at the floodlit track. Haven't been to the track in a long time. I had a friend with me yesterday, Jack, but the track was really busy and my drone decided to have a meltdown and fail, so I got no drone footage. Didn't get any footage of the session really. And today we're just finished work. I'm off to pick up my boy from nursery. It's actually a rest day today. People think I train all the time. People think I'm a forever training. Oh, you're doing a lot lately. I only train 4 times a week. I have 3 rest days. I've got a long history of injuries. Hello. Friday morning. I'm just out for an easy run. Contemplated doing it on the treadmill, but I want to save the treadmill for the bad weather, for the cold mornings. It's 10 degrees this morning. Very mild. It's actually really pleasant. 1 mile an hour wind. So it's perfect running conditions. Be ashamed to waste that on the treadmill. So at 6 a.m. we've got work in an hour and a half, so we're just out for 65 minutes easy. We're going to keep the heart rate really low today, below 130. Currently 3 miles in to our easy run, heart rate 125. Yeah, nice easy run. 4 weeks time we've got Battersea half marathon, trying to get a big PB. My PB at the moment is 131. I'll be trying to get a 126 to 127. I'll be absolutely made up with that. That'll show just how hard I've trained, how consistent I've trained. That'll be wicked. I think it's very, very important to remember that 7 years ago now I had a stroke and I was literally left so depleted of confidence. I was doing nothing. At the time I was competing in CrossFit and I stopped doing any CrossFit. I stopped doing weights, I stopped running. And it weren't until lockdown where we got so monumentally bored at doing nothing, sitting around drinking all day, having no job to go to. It really got me down. So I started running again during lockdown. Everything was going well, and then I got all these hip issues from imbalances because of the stroke. Now both hips are very arthritic. I need both replaced. So it's been quite a journey. 62 minutes done, easy, of the 65. I'm just going to finish up with around 3 minutes of strides. There's work done. God, that dragged like fuck. I'm in tomorrow morning anyway. I always work a Saturday, only 4 hours on a Saturday, so nothing too strenuous. However, tomorrow is a rest day. Spend time with the kids, spend time with the family after work, of course. I never run on a Saturday unless I absolutely have to, and Sunday's chocker, so then I'll cram it in on a Saturday if the missus lets me. However, my long run will be getting done on Sunday, unfortunately, probably on the treadmill. So, it is what it is. Hour and 50 minutes, character building if nothing else. You can get through an hour and 50 minutes on a treadmill. You can get through a half marathon piece of piss. I've just had this through the post. London Marathon 2026 training site. It's a little bit different to last year's one. It's a much thinner, much more breathable material. Last year's was almost... Have I got it up here? No, it's not up here. It must be downstairs. But it's quite nice. It's quite comfortable. You only usually get this tarp if you enter the paid ballot, so you pay up front. And then if you don't make it, they send you out this training tarp, which I don't really get because you don't need the training tarp. London Marathon branded and stuff like that. However, got one last year because I got the big fat rejection like most people do. But this year I got rejected again, so they've sent this out. However, I did get a spot through the Children's Society, so that's who I'm going to be running for I'll leave a donation link down below. First episode, so bear with me. But yeah, quite like it. It's nice. Blue. Up the chout. Come on. Anyway, I'm off to get my hair cut because, as you can see, I've got a scarecrow's nest. Scarecrow's nest? I've got a bird's nest on my head. It looks absolutely terrible. It's been 5 weeks since I had it cut. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go with yet. I think I'm going to get it cut shorter. Keep toying with the idea of having it shorter at the side, long on the top, but my hair is so straight, I literally do look like a scarecrow. And if they get the sides wrong, I end up looking like, I don't know, I wouldn't like to say. Anyway, I'll catch you soon. I need to hurry up. Like I say, today's a rest day, so nothing much going on today. So I'll see you tomorrow. In fact, no, you won't see me tomorrow because this is the end of the episode. Tomorrow is a brand new episode. I'm starting my week on a Sunday. Like this episode I started on a Sunday was my long run on the treadmill. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a long run on the treadmill again, and that will be in next week's episode. So apologies that this episode weren't great. It's my first ever YouTube episode. I'm hoping that you're going to follow me for the journey, both getting better at editing, getting better at making content, but more importantly, following me for the journey of from stroke to sub 3. This is my journey. Catch you in the next one.